Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining me. I'm at Gatwick again, second time today, and it's quite lovely out there actually. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, I was just listening to a video that I wanted to tell you about, but before I do, on Sunday at 8:30, that's tomorrow, I will be having Graham Moore of the English Constitution Party back on the channel, where we will discuss in a little bit more detail about what went on at Runcorn and Helsby, and in particular the court action that he's pursuing with regard to the count. And there's been some very interesting reactions to the videos that I've done, ranging from, my God, this needs sorting out, to you bunch of sore losers, get over it. All very natural reactions, of course. And the implications of what he's implying by virtue of going down the court route can be very serious. Well, let's go on to Andrew Bridgen. As you know, he's no longer an MP, having lost his seat in the last election. And I've just watched a video where he did an interview with Richard Vobes, and I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go and watch it for yourselves. And he did an absolutely wide-ranging number of subjects in that interview, talked about all sorts of things which he's either been involved in, taken an interest in, or what's going on at the moment. But one thing that really stuck out to me more than anything else was the election. This election where he lost his seat, do you know how much of the vote he got? 3%. 3% of the vote. Yet he's been their MP every year for 14 years. So, you know, every general election he stood previously in that seat, he's won. Yet he gets 3%. The previous election where he stood and won in that seat as a Conservative MP, he got 63% of the vote. 63. So he's gone from 63 to 3% in one election. And I remember at the time when I looked at the actual results and who was standing, I remember a disparity jumping out at me, and I was thinking, something doesn't add up there. It just seemed to be a little bit manoeuvred, but it's nothing you can prove. It was more of an intuition. But losing 60% of the vote, you look at some of the things that he was discussing, some of the things he was exposing, a bit inconvenient for those in power, wouldn't you say? Among other things, what you stuck in there. They didn't want that to come out, yet there he was telling everybody what was going on. All of a sudden, loses his seat in Parliament. Had conversations with some popular figures who refused to even speak out about the same thing for fear of what could happen to them. Loses his seat in Parliament. There was a peculiarity with the election team prior to the election. After years of service, they all stood down. At a moment's notice, the whole lot of them gone. Time to move on, they said. He gets 3%, 60% down at an election. Unusual behaviour with ballot boxes. 3% at the election. You see where I'm going? It's not only Graham Moore. It could happen to anybody at any time. Either an inconvenient truth has come out, or they don't want that inconvenient truth, that spoken truth, to get in. I mean, if Graham Moore got in there, it would be the wildest maiden speech since Cromwell, I can guarantee you. We should have free and fair elections in this country. We should have free and fair elections in any country. It goes back as far as 1703. Goes back even further than that. Ashby versus White. We are entitled to vote for who we want to vote for, without fear or favour, in a free and fair election. And what's happening is unlawful. What's happening is against the law. And what's happening is plain wrong. That's at least 2 examples now. I'm sure there are others. And I wonder how many more could be exposed if the stones were unturned. Go and have a look at that interview. Really interesting, really interesting. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I appreciate it. Hit the like button, share this, and as always, I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.